Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Chat is open.
Good morning.
How's everybody doing? It's Taco Tuesday. Look at
Taco Tuesday.
it's the little things in life, and it's just the little
And I'm telling hey, listen, I'm a taco friendly person myself.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's, nutritious, diversified. Got some diversity in there. Oh gosh, Harry, Tequila Tuesday. That escalated quickly.
Harry, you're in the wrong. I don't know.
Oh, whoopsie. Yeah, Harry, I did send you a panel link, but I can promote him to panelist from here, actually. Oh,
Okay.
we got music now. All right, let me get you in here, Harry. You hang on tight. I got you. Okay,
Good
now
morning.
you're promoted. Hopefully you get it.
Good morning. Good morning. Wow, it's July 15th. Wow.
I know. Tomorrow is my fiance's birthday.
Oh,
I know, he's gonna
happy
be
fiance birthday. Happy birthday to Derek.
29.
The
Come on, you gotta join the club, the 30 club.
30
Hurry up.
club.
Hurry up. Let me get my little
Yeah, 30. The good old
go.
days.
There he is, Harry Diamond. Welcome,
Uh,
welcome, welcome. Good
and if you could
morning.
let our team also make him a co-host, please. Thank
Oh
you.
yeah, thank
Yeah.
you so much, Fina. All right, let's see who's in here. Hey, Mitchell. Good morning. Good morning, Kathy. Good morning, Ruben. Good morning, Yvette, T, Ishmael. Love to see you guys in here. Thanks for coming in.
Yep. Go ahead, put in the chat if this is your first webinar. I see some new names here. I see some Next Million Mastermind people, Ali. I see students. I see everything. Good morning.
All right, welcome, V. Good morning, Vanessa. Good morning. Thanks for coming in, you guys. I'm gonna get started with announcements in like 30 seconds. Gonna
Yep.
just let you guys know what's going on, what's happening in the BPM real world. And then Anish is gonna take over with our awesome topic today, which is clearly got you guys intrigued. You guys are here and on time, which I love. I love to see it.
Yep. The first job is showing up. And I joke about that as I can't tell you how many people don't show up in their life.
Yeah, and it's not like we're doing anything different here, you guys. We have been funding deals for 10 plus years now, I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure.
exactly. And yeah, and I'm back on the East Coast. So if some of you guys were on the webinar with Violet last week, that was pretty awesome. She's one of my favorite people out there. She's such a go-getter. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you definitely want to check out our replay on YouTube. It was a down and dirty thing of, hey, what's really going on out there? So,
She got deep too, like real life stuff. And she's not a spring chicken, I'll just say that. So she's been through all stages of life, and like that's one bad bee right there. I love her.
mhm.
Love her. And I just really look up to her so much. But with that being said, you guys, we got to get to business here. It's, 5 minutes in, so let's go ahead and get started with some morning announcements. But I do want to welcome you guys to our webinar today. This is BPM RIA. You came to the right place. This is Broward Palm Beach, Miami-Dade Real Estate Investors Association, your only local and approved chapter here in South Florida that is in compliance and partnered with the National Real Estate Investors Association. My name is Alexa, COO here at BPM RIA. We have our CEO, Anish Dave, in the virtual building, as well as one of our incredible students, mentors, investors, Harry Diamond. Love to have him in the virtual building as well. And we have an awesome webinar today for you guys. It is 100% deal funding. Close your first Florida deal with zero cash. And I know a lot of you guys are intrigued and wondering how is that even possible? And we're going to show you today. We've been doing it for, like I briefly mentioned before, 10 plus years. and we know what we have on our hands is very unique and very incredible opportunities here. So you will see that in just a bit, but just to get us started on a super positive note, another reason why a lot of you guys are in this webinar, I know it, I know what you guys are up to. You want to win a free seat to our 2-day boot camp that's coming up in a few weeks. So here's how you get entered into the raffle. All you need to do is text the word quick start to 954-800-6961. You will get entered into the raffle and we will pick a winner at the very end. It is random. I'm not going in there and picking my favorite, so I'm watching you guys. But go ahead and text that word to that number you see on the screen. Details are in the chat, and we'll go ahead and announce that winner at the very end. That's a $695 value. And I know that is probably one of the coolest things that we offer here at BPM RIA, besides, some other cool stuff we do. But upcoming events, we have a lot of events for you guys. We're popping out 2 times this month in person, not 1, 2. So we'll see you guys next week. Next week in Aventura. So getting down south a little bit there. So that'll be for entrepreneurs, for our business owners, calling all of you guys for this workshop in Total Wine Aventura. It is free. All you have to do is register, get your name on the list. I'll drop the upcoming events link in the chat here so you guys can go ahead and check that one out. That is going to be the $100 Meta Marketing Challenge. Create a campaign that converts. So for all of you advertising folk, I know that's speaking your language. So go ahead and get registered for that workshop. We'll see you guys there next week on Tuesday. Another great webinar by Anish, 5 mentor questions every smart investor must ask. I'm not even going to toot my own horn there, but that was my recommended topic in there.
Yeah.
So I thought that was a really great question for somebody like me that consumes a lot of content, a lot of education. I'm a big podcast girl and just love the input. So I thought this was a really great topic. So all right, next we have an in-person workshop for BPM RIA. I will be there, so I hope to meet every one of you that is new, or if I haven't met you yet, I just want to see you in person because we all work from home, so I really just want to get out of the house. But no, you guys, seriously, this is going to be an awesome workshop. 10 a.m. to 12 with Anishtave. We're going to go over our quick start real estate blueprint. So I know a lot of you guys, that's sounds similar to our 2-day quick start. It is. It's like an even briefer overview of what we do essentially. So we'll get into it as much as we can for quick 2-hour workshop. We'll obviously be doing giveaways, raffles, things like that, bonuses. So just because we love getting together, we want you guys to be there, show up, and get in the room. That's the most important part, is to be in the room with other people that are in your similar situation, like-minded people. So go get registered for that. And you guys, it keeps going. We have 3 awesome other webinars, and then please mark your calendars for Wednesday, August 6th at 5:30 to 8:30 at NSU. That is our quarterly networking meeting. So those are our biggest events of the year, only 4 per year. It's like a mini expo. We have Zach Beach coming out from Boston, going to discuss all about creative financing. All of you, my advanced investors, all of my savvy investors, I know this is going to really be right up your alley. So hopefully you guys are available and can get registered and locked in. Members, you guys get in free for that meeting. Your guests come in for $10, and then my non-members, you guys get $15 early bird. So just make sure to go get your ticket early or you're going to pay $20 at the door. And then we have an awesome workshop with Zach Beach following that up. That'll be Saturday from August 9th from 9 to 1. And that'll be a half-day training. I don't think we're doing lunch there because it's only a half day, just coffee, donuts, things like that. It'll be a really good time, 5 hours, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours with Zach. You guys are gonna love him, and he's really gonna give as much as he can. He's one of those people that he will give, 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 give. So if you show up and you are like very interested and engaged, he will give everything he can possibly give. So if you're trying to get into creative financing, you want to expand your knowledge, really get those tools in your toolbox, then I highly recommend that workshop for you guys. And yes, I have an early bird discount code for you guys in there. You are welcome. All right. Moving on, text BPM REIA to 954-800-6961 to keep up with our events via text. Super easy. You don't have to, you can mute me on this portion. You could just get the text to your phone if you really wanted to. All right, moving on. Quick start, our 2-day boot camp. This is where it goes down, you guys. You are going to absolutely love it. And just in case you don't love it, that is why we put in place a money back guarantee. So after the first full day, if you're not liking it, if you don't like what we're teaching at our 2-day quick start, you get your money back. This is where we get into wholesaling, flipping, rehabbing. This is where we get into the nitty gritty of how we get deals done here at BPM RIA, what our students are doing that's working, what our mentors are doing that's working, the basics, but also getting into it because we are literally spending 2 full days together on Zoom, live, cameras on, microphones on, with Anish, 2 full days with Anish. So you're gonna get like 1 hour with him, an hour and a half with him today. Imagine what 8 hours per day looks like. Just it's hard to imagine, but that's why you have to go. So bpmquickstart.com. We have 4 incredible guest speakers. They're all business owners. They're all key people in our power team, people that you want your in your contacts on speed dial in your phone, especially if you're getting into wholesaling, flipping, and rehabbing. So go ahead and click the link in the chat, check it out, see the different topics we cover, and get locked in. August 16th and 17th, Saturday and Sunday, all day, 2 full days. It's the best. And somebody in here will be winning a free seat. So that's exciting. Members, you guys get all the goodies. You get the National RIA benefit package, all those discounts to Home Depot, Millennial Property Insurance, CAMA plan, self-directed IRA, Avis budget, Rent Perfect. My landlords, you can get started with just 95 cents. It's crazy. So yeah, lots of amazing benefits for you guys as investors. Also, you get in free for those 4 quarterly networking meetings that we have per year, and much more. So go get your membership now before our quarterly meeting on August 6th so you can get in for free and start accessing those benefits. Please don't get your membership on August 6th because it is going to be like everyone and their mom is going to be in member flow with you, and it's going to be clunky. So let's get you nice and smooth and get you in really, really easily by getting your membership before August 6th, you guys, please. All right, you guys, moving on. Last but very not least, one-on-one coaching and mentoring here at BPM RIA. Some of you guys may know that we offer one-on-one coaching and mentoring. Some of you guys may not. We do have one-on-one coaching where we put up 100% of the money for our students' deals and split the profit 50-50. You are matched with your own personal mentor. We include the CRM that we use, we include the Deal Finder software, and much, much more. I will be more than happy to get you guys the full brochure breakdown of everything we include, as well as pricing information. The way you do that is by booking a discovery call with me on our website on bpmreia.com. Go ahead and book that discovery call. I will get you the brochure. And during this call, I will be more than happy to schedule that follow-up meeting with you and a mentor one-on-one to answer all of your burning questions, anything that's concerning, just anything that you think of. We're here for you and we want to answer it and know that we have your back on that. And we will be more than happy to get into all of those personal things. That's what we're here for, you guys. So, all right, we'll go to the chat. Link is in there, book the discovery call. And I always, always, always want to take a moment to thank the National RIA. It is their 40th anniversary this year. We're super excited to meet with them in just a few months for their leadership meeting, where we get to take in all of the amazing benefits, any updates, anything like that, and bring it to you guys and make sure we're providing as many deals as many offers, discounts, anything that we can possibly give you guys, we are doing everything we can to do that. And I always want to take a moment to thank our vendor partners that are coming out, especially to our quarterly meeting. You guys are going to get to meet different title companies, different lenders, flooring people, contractors, all sorts of people. So go check them out on our website, start to get familiar with them. So when you meet them in person, shake their hand, it feels like you really know them and you're starting to build your network. And then all of a sudden you have a team and wow, you guys, things are really coming together for you all already, just coming to one event with us. So I hope this is helpful. And just to give a couple housekeeping rules, I know you guys are really excited to have a niche on here, but I want you guys to put your questions in the Q&A box, please. You'll see in your Zoom menu, there is a Q&A box. It says Q&A with a question mark on there. Go ahead and throw your questions in that box so that we don't miss them. Anish is going to dive through all the things that we are going to talk about today, but please, we want to know your questions. We don't want to miss them. So put those in the Q&A and we'll be chatting with you guys and putting some links in the chat as well. Put our social media in there right now. We are recording today's session. We will post it on our YouTube channel. But if you do have to hop off early, go ahead and throw your questions in the Q&A. We'll answer them live, and you can go ahead and review this replay and share it with your team and anyone else who needs it. So
Awesome. Thank you, Alexa. So, Alexa, way to kill it. She is our heartbeat of BPM RIA. Anything that you ever need, she is the go-to girl. So, I do see a lot of new names today on this webinar, so I'm excited about that. So, my name is Anish Dave, CEO of BPM RIA, National RIA board member, and known by many as the Wealth Whisperer. I help smart, driven people shift how they think about money so they can build real estate empires, close deals with confidence, and create passive income that lasts. So now let me ask you something up front. Who here thinks I'm going to sell you something today? Go ahead and type me in the chat if you already know that's coming. I want to make sure you guys are alive. Okay, good. Yeah, a couple of you guys. Chase, yep. Okay, great. Good, because I would never insult you by not offering you a way to change your life. I mean, come on. You guys know this is a free webinar. You think I'm doing this for fun, or you think I'm doing this to hear myself talk? I know some of you guys are saying, hey, he just likes listening to himself, right? I'm not here to motivate you. I'm here to reprogram you. And by the time we're done, you're either going to be closer to wealth or you'll know exactly why you're not, right? So let's be honest. You probably already know why you're not, but that changes right now. How many of you guys want to change your life right now? Put in the chat. I want to make sure you guys are with me. All right. Yeah, Ruben, I hear you. Janine, okay. Who here wants to make more money in 2025? Give me a yeah, buddy. Give me a yeah, buddy. Me, Chase, yep, I feel you. Ruben, Janine, okay. What about the rest of you guys? What are you guys doing? I'm like, man, Alexa, Harry, I don't know what they're doing. Then if they're already making enough money,
I
I'll be
know.
here, right?
I've been asking them in the discovery calls. Then what are you guys up to? I love
Yep.
hearing it.
Yeah.
So
And who
tell
here
us.
realizes you have to sharpen your skills? And if you don't, it's going to cost you money. Give me a yeah, buddy. Yep. Some of you guys, Walter, yep. Yep. I get it, right? And who here understands that you'll have to invest in yourself and ultimately nothing's for free? Give me a yeah, buddy. Okay, yeah, look at you. Some of you guys are okay. We know that they're alive. Okay, so great. So now, just so we're clear, yes, there's going to be an offer later I'm going to give you because if what I show you works and it does, you're going to want to keep going. I'm going to introduce you to our Quick Start program later today, which is $495 for our members and $695 for non-members. It's everything I wish I had when I started. And it's built to help you close your first Florida deal first. But don't decide now. I'm going to earn that conversation over the next hour. So let's stay locked in, right? So who am I, right? So my backstory, I've been in real estate investing for 25 plus years. I've been an investor that made a lot of money from 2001 to 2008. I lost everything when the real estate market crashed, and I had to rebuild myself. I've spent well over $50,000 back then on national programs. I've spent well over $200,000 on mentorships, masterminds in just the last few years, and I do well. How many guys have been in real estate for more than 10 years? Put in the chat. I'm always kind of curious to see what kind of people are listening in. And so as I lost everything back in 2008, really the market crashed and I actually had to file bankruptcy in 2010, February 10th, just in case you guys want to check it, is that I didn't want to go back to corporate America. I read Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and I realized I was on the path of poor dad. And being the path of poor dad didn't work for me. Unfortunately, my dad is poor dad, meaning he worked for the same company for 35 plus years and doesn't have much to show for it, right? And I was on that path and I said, man, I gotta figure this out. Did the national program, spent well over $50,000. The good thing was they said, go to your local RIA. That's how I found BRIA, the Broward Real Estate Investors Association. Took my last bit of money and did their program, right? Because I didn't want to go back to corporate America. I was one of the top students in the old program, and I got to actually buy the RIA from my mentors. And fast forward, and now we're BPM RIA for almost 5 years. And our program is a little bit different from anyone else out there, where I put up 100% of the money for the deals. Also on board today, I have Harry Diamond. So, Harry, do you want to go ahead and talk about your background and what you've been up to?
Well, Victoria, my wife, and I were interested in an additional income stream, and we started looking into real estate back in 2012. We did join one of the national programs, spent about $50,000 as well, never did a deal, but they did say go to your local RIAs, and that's how we came across BRIA, the Broward Real Estate Investment Association. Within a very short time, in 90 days, with Anish's coaching and mentoring, we shot up to be the #1 students in Broward County, Florida, with 12 deals on the boards in 90 days. And since then, it's been a nonstop whirlwind of fun, exciting travel around the world. So you guys can either be a spectator or a participator in life. I'd rather participate, and I decide to give myself results, not reasons. And that's how you can join us on the beaches of the world and the cruise ships and all the other wonderful places that we go and do and see, and have developed that time freedom to enable us to be able to do what we want with our families whenever we need to, because we have a wonderful opportunity here to be financially independent. So welcome to the call.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thanks, Harry. And some of the other things that I've been up to, I've been working with the Miami Dolphins Business Combine. I am their expert on wholesaling and rehabbing. I am also their expert for Next Chapter University, which is former and current professional athletes, including football. And now they're actually in all 6 major sports as their expert for wholesaling and rehabbing. What's interesting with these young men, I call them young relative to me, is that they're free to make offers on properties also, right? They literally make millions of dollars. They play football. They're the 1% of the 1% or 0.01% of the 1%. And they're just like you, where they're afraid to make an offer. Is this a good deal or is this not a good deal? Some of the other things that we've also done at BPM RIA, we are really proud of our student community. When you join our program, you're more than a student, you become family. For Harry and the other mentors, our friendship is, gosh, I want to say it's almost 15 years. We're probably 14, 15 years now. We go on the National RIA cruises. Our next cruise for National RIA is February 1st to the 8th out of Miami. Come hang out with us. It's fun, a lot of education, all the cool things about real estate, and bring your families. I know the tickets are selling out, so I know Alexa put that in the chat. Some of the other things, I did meet Grant Cardone. One of the things about Grant, I was never a big fan of him on social media until I actually met him. He is actually a pretty solid guy. And what I mean by that, his passion is also helping out young people and teaching them real estate investing. He's got a lot of non or charitable programs out there to really teach financial literacy for young people. So that was pretty cool. And also, I was the first guest in Money Chat as their real estate expert. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a quick video of what we've been up to, and then we'll get started.
This is one of the best programs I've been a part of. The support is outstanding.
I encourage you to join this association. Your life will be changed.
Anish and everybody that was part of the BPM RIA they were just wonderful. They are very knowledgeable. They were helpful. They were patient, kind, very good teachers, very organized. Everything was just it was a great quick start seminar.
Never mind. Wait for me to go.
BPM RIA, Anish and the team, they are amazing. I have been a corporate member of the BPM RIA, formerly known as BRIA, for probably almost 15 years. And being part of an organization like that is just amazing when you get to see the people's lives that they're changing.
Hey, what's up? This is Avery Moss, former New York Giant, former Miami Dolphin. Recently, I got to finish up this PAC event where it was a group of professional retired athletes that got together and we're trying to figure out the next chapter of our life. Just hearing them talk, going through everything, like instantly, I was inspired by the guy. It was like a light bulb clicked above my head like a cartoon. And thanks to Anish Dave, I can say furthermore, I'm going to go through this process and get into real estate, stop messing around and actually do it, because I feel confident now of knowing what exactly what I want to do after meeting him and getting a base knowledge and seeing how things are.
Position. Grab the seat of the chair. The seat.
There you go.
Put your hand on the corners if you want to. All right. You go straight to the floor, not at an angle, straight up and down. You're gonna see the straight to the floor. Touch it once.
You're gonna
Touch it twice.
destroy that shit, dude.
Touch it a third time. Explode!
And I have to say, they're an exceptional bunch of people to work with. How to use a technique, creative financing, how to get rid of liens. Don't hesitate to join, work with them. They will definitely help you get through the roughest times.
They put up all the money for the deals. They're there with you, make sure all the paperwork is right. You know, they're not going to leave you alone on this. And yeah, I recommend this.
BPM RIA program, it's definitely changed our lives. They funded our deals.
Hey, can't go wrong with other people's money.
Exactly. You know, they funded our deals. They got us into real estate. They held our hand the whole way through and just really the most amazing thing is we literally have these guys to. It's nothing for us to pick up the phone and call Anish and be like, "Hey, look, we got this deal. What do we do?"
They're not going to let your deal fall through.
So, first of all, Harry, I don't know if I felt the chuckle of people laughing when I hit my face on the board. I know who you guys are, so I'm just messing with you guys, right? So the question becomes, right? That was our 2025, 2024, some of the things that we've been up to out there. So the problem that, why most new investors fail. What is it? Is it lack of funding and capital? Put in the chat, how many of you guys, why aren't you doing deals? Is it lack of funding? Capital? How many of you guys that really hits home? Fear of making mistakes. How many of you guys, man, I don't want to make a mistake. Lack of funding. Okay, some of you guys, lack of funding. I get this all the time. Yeah, right? Making mistakes. Harry, what about you?
All the time.
No step-by-step guidance. Where do I start? Right? And my favorite or non-favorite is information overload. Too many strategies, no clear direction. So Harry, for you, which one, or when you first started, which one really resonates with you?
Actually, all of them. I was busy. I didn't really want to spend 4 years learning something and then going out to do it, like college. You need 4 years of college before you get out to get a job. I wanted someone just to hold my hand, show me exactly what to do, and I would do it. And funding, putting up 100% of the funding was a really big key for us. We didn't have any risk, very minimal exposure, and we got spoiled with that. So we really loved that part. And because I was older, I started this at 50. I don't know if it was a fear of making mistakes, but it was a fear of lack of knowledge and getting that knowledge to be able to help the homeowners and make these deals correct and look professional was very important to us, is to be a professional.
Yeah, I mean, for me, obviously, analysis paralysis, and the one that really resonated for me was information overload. I was out there trying, okay, I'm going to do tax deeds. I'm going to do creative financing. I'm going to, rehab a house. Oh no, I'm going to wholesale a house. No, I'm going to add an addition, right? So the shiny object syndrome is real, right? So for when you join our program, we're going to keep you guided, right? We're going to show you how to do it. We're going to take care of the funding, and we're not going to let you make any mistakes, right? Because guess what? It's my money. So I'm going to make sure I'm not going to let you make any mistakes. So the opportunity in real estate is right now. How many of you guys understand, or how many of you guys feel that real estate investing it's a good time right now? I just want to see where you guys think. And I know, we always talk about this all the time, where when the market was really hot in 2021, 22, right? The market was too hot, so it was a bad time to invest. When the market is adjusting, which we're seeing now, right? So the market shifts, it equals new opportunities. A lot of people, they're saying, well, it's not a good time because the market is correcting, right? So for us, we concentrate on off-market deals. How many of you guys love off-market deals because it equals bigger profits, right? We want to go direct to the homeowner. And what I mean by that is, some of you guys might be real estate agents, just like myself. And if I pick on any realtors, I'm not picking on any realtors listening in. And sometimes realtors don't really understand investing, right? They're picking up properties to get the listing. We're still seeing homeowners holding on to prices like 21, 22, where they're getting multiple offers. So they're sitting longer on the market. So we really focus on off-market deals. The other thing that we also have the ability is creative financing, right? So we've done webinars where we've done creative financing where it's zero money out of your pocket. Eddie Speed, Note School. So one of the things that are interesting about them, if you've ever heard of Eddie Speed, we've had him speak a couple years ago, is that they bought about $33 million in loans, and 1/3 of them had 0% interest and zero money down. So imagine buying property or controlling property with creative financing. So that as you start learning those techniques, and again, we've done webinars on this, on creative financing, you could literally lock in yourself on deals, right? Not just the cash offer. And then real estate, right? It equals generational wealth and financial freedom. How many of you guys love what financial freedom means? I'm just curious, what does that mean for you, right? Does it mean you could go to any restaurant at any time and not look at the prices of that steak or lobster? Does it mean you could go on pretty much any kind of vacation? Which one is it for you guys? I'm just kind of curious. For me, it's waking up to love, and I really get a chance to transform people and make money, right? So I love it, Janine. Legacy, travel, retirement, absolutely, right? No debt. What I'm going to tell you about is there's also some good debt. So that's another conversation on inflation and pushing the debt on the lenders. And the idea, Ruben, I'm like you, on your own time, right? So what I didn't even talk about earlier also was one of the other fears I had was I had a full-time job. So how am I going to do this real estate investing? Because you guys know, right, that this is not a get rich quick thing. You're building a business. Saying all that, we've done deals, 1 or 2 deals, and it's already paid for your tuition. So our 5-step blueprint, right, to closing your first deal. First, I know it sounds pretty basic, finding profitable deals. Harry, what's a profitable deal in your world or our world?
Any deal where you don't lose money. It's a profitable deal.
Fair enough, right? So, and the funny part is we're going to show you some deals that we've done with students, and there's some big numbers. So my first wholesale deal, right? Wholesaling. Harry, you want to give a quick definition what wholesaling is? I'm not going to assume everyone knows what that means.
Wholesaling is, picture it like buying something at a supermarket on sale at a discount. Two for one, so an item's $5, you buy it for $3. Same thing here. We're buying low and selling it low. We're usually controlling our properties as well, so we were able to do more, but buy low and sell it low.
Yeah. So the idea, exactly what Harry's talking about, you got to leave enough room for someone else to make money for the rehabber, right? Or if that's your exit strategy, or maybe it's a buy and hold in there, right? They have to be making money and fit their parameters. My first wholesale deal, right? I still laugh about it. I think our students are, I'm not going to say spoiled. My first wholesale deal, I put $500 down, and I was able to sign the contract and make $2,000. I was unbelievably excited. You guys are saying $2,000. Well, first of all, I used to buy and hold, right? Or I was a buy and fix and flip guy. And for me to 4x my money from $500 with no intention of closing to make $2,000 is amazing, right? And that was just for taking some pictures, not fixing it, and getting it under contract.
I was 17 times happier than that. Our first deal was 34 grand.
Yeah, exactly, right? I mean, yeah, that's why I'm laughing. Yeah, your first deal was 34,000. It's funny, right? Step 2, you got to be able to analyze the deal. How many guys, what does that really mean? Right? And so the big difference on analyzing a deal as an investor, right? You got to have multiple exit strategies. How many guys are struggling with analysis paralysis? Put in the chat. Put in the chat if you're struggling with analysis. Is this a good deal? Is it not a good deal? Right? I run into this all
That
the
way for
time.
long, Michelle.
Yeah. And you know what's funny is like, again, you guys know I'm from Jersey. I'm 100% transparent. When I first started, I'd look at a deal and I'd be so exhausted. I'd spend a couple hours and then I'd wait a couple days because I wasn't sure. How do I run this by? Who do I run it by? Is this a deal? I hate to say it, some of my realtor friends or the realtors, oh, the house is worth $250, you could get it for $220. And for 220, how am I going to make any money? Right? With closing costs, it's not going to make any sense. So to analyze the deal is unbelievably important, right? And it's not the rah-rah stuff, meaning you got to look at the low comps, right? Also, lock up the deal, right? This third step, lock up the deal. What does that mean? Harry, what does lock up the deal mean to you?
Get it under contract. Keep control.
Yeah. So how many guys love that you could actually control a property without closing on it? Right? You actually don't have to buy it. Right? So you have to lock up the deal. So when we talk about lock up the deal, it means under contract. We use the Florida FAR bar as is contract. I know there's, I don't know, I don't want to call them, there's other trainers, national trainers, they're going to give you a 1 or 2 page document. The reason they're doing that is because they're all in 50 states. We use the Florida FAR bar as is, it's 13 pages. What's unique about our situation in South Florida, I'd say every person's got a friend that's a realtor, title company, or lawyer. So I have friends, this investor wants to buy this. Can you look at it? And it's on a 1 or 2 page contract. So I tell them to put it on the Florida FAR bar as is contract. So if you're a realtor, you have access to it. If you're not a realtor, you could go to altastar.com. I'll just throw it in the chat in there. And you could get licensing for all the contracts in Florida, right? So what's key under contract, you have to put a deposit, right? So you have to put money or consideration down. Where are we going to put the money? With the title company. Do not give it to the seller. So put in the chat, what's a good number for a deposit here in South Florida? What would you put down if you were going to go under contract on, I don't know, one of Harry's houses? Yep. So some of you guys, okay, 5 to 10 as least as possible. 1%. Okay. Yep. 5K. Right. So the answer, they're all right. Meaning is that you have to put a deposit down. What I can tell you is if it's a, I don't know, $500,000 house, to put $100 down, it's probably not going to work in our market, right? $10, $100. I've seen, YouTube, university talk about $1 or $10. You have to put something down. So when I was broke, I only had $500. That's all I could put down is 500. What I'm going to tell you is at least $1,000 if you can, right? That's what you definitely want to put down. The more, the better. The challenge is if you have multiple offers out there, right? Let's say you got 8 to 10 offers out there. You're putting $5,000 or $10,000 down. You're going to need, if it's $5,000, right, and you have 8 offers, you're going to need $40,000. So you got to make sure that you have the money for the deposit. You want to make sure you put inspection days. Obviously, step 4, you want to fund the deal. You got to close on it, and then my favorite, close and get paid, right? You want to find another buyer out there. So how do we find off-market deals? The MLS, the multiple listing service versus off-market. Why are off-market deals key?
Adam, did you freeze in this? Oh, you froze for a second.
No. Okay. Yep. So why do you like off-market deals versus the MLS?
Less competition. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what's the other reason? Is that deal? I mean, it's obviously less competition if you're going direct. The job, right, of the real estate agent is to get the highest price, right? If they're good at what they're doing on that. The challenge is, again, I'm an agent, is sometimes the highest price is not the best deal. What do I mean by that? What could be some of the things that could stop you? Why would it maybe not be the best deal? Put in the chat. Why do you think it would not be the best deal? Right? What happens if they have a foreclosure? They're facing foreclosure. The property's been listed for 3 months, 5 months. They have a sale date. Now what? There might be equity in the house. They might lose all their equity because the agent said, hey, I think I could get this, and now they can't. What other things that might make a difference? Go ahead and put in the chat. I want you guys to think this through. What happens if it's got code violations? What I can tell you is, yep, liens, Bradley, you got it. Liens is that if you're doing financing of any kind, right? So if it's conventional financing or DSCR loans or any of the above, they will not do the deal with liens on it. Same thing with hard money. So you have to take care of those liens. And so when you're in our program, we've done a lot of deals that we've actually taken it with liens. We know how to negotiate them, and we'll show you some of those deals and talk about those. Again, it's the money I raise or my own money, so we're comfortable with doing these things. Strategies that we use to find deals, driving for dollars. Harry, what's driving for dollars mean to you?
Just going up and down the streets looking for properties that may need our assistance. Distressed properties for sale by owners, etc.
Okay, but what are you actually looking? Like, are you just driving up and down and hoping? Like, what do you look at? Like, be a little more specific. Like, what do you actually?
I personally like blue collar neighborhoods. As with our exit strategies, there are more buyers for those kinds of neighborhoods than the $1 million neighborhoods.
Yeah.
And some of these deals you're going to see, we make more money than some of those $1 million deals by doing the smaller houses. But blue collar neighborhoods, if they're boarded up, fire damage, bad roofs, grass that's as thick as a jungle, trash, debris, all sorts of strewn around, other potential stresses that the homeowner might have.
Yep. So there's a couple of things, right? So we're using like everything that Harry said, I agree, right? It could be also blue tarp, right? If you're seeing damage, maybe they don't have enough money. You'll see a lot of people, unfortunately, they didn't have the right insurance. It's not going to cover it. That could be something I like for sale by owners. Why would I want to stop and call them? Two things, right? Maybe it's been empty for a time, right? So they're not getting paid. And then the other reason is, guess what? They could be one of my cash buyers, right? So you want to make sure that when you're driving for dollars, it definitely helps. We also use REIFax software to actually find people that are motivated. So driving for dollars, a lot of our students have used that. Obviously, it's doesn't really cost you much, right? What I mean by that, it's just gas money. And it's also time consuming, right? So a lot of times our full-time students, they're driving on the way home from work. They're driving on the way to Publix. They're taking different routes and they're looking around, right, at motivation. REIFax, again, is the software we pay when you're in our program. You could actually download the app or actually on your phone, and you could find out in real time people that are distressed. So just by where you're at. So we love that part of it. Direct mail. So direct mail works. It's consistent and it can be expensive. So what's really key about direct mail, right? We want to list stack it, right? So we want to look for motivation. Maybe they're out of state, they're in pre-foreclosure, and they have equity. So the more things that you have as challenges, the more motivated they should be, right? If they're an out-of-state owner, it has equity, and maybe it's got a violation, right? So we're mailing out to them. So put in the chat, how many mailings would you want to send in general to your people, right? Like on your list, that list that you created, put in the chat. How many mailings? And the answer is not one. Right? So same homeowner. Okay. Yep, keep going. You have some of you guys, right? So same homeowner. So I'm going to give you some numbers that REI Black Book, that's another software you use. They have over 5,000 investors that they use on their CRM. So they have real data. And so it's got to be multiple touch points. So if you touch someone once, and I use that loosely, not physically touch them, right? It could be an email, text, phone call, and knocking on their door. The probability of them saying yes is 2%. The second touch point, right? Same thing, email, follow up, whatever that is, it's 3%. The third touch is almost, what was it, 10%? It goes up to. The fourth touch is a little bit higher, and really the key is 5 or more touches. It's 82%. So how many guys are doing mailings, or you're saying, hey, I'm trying to find deals, and you've only talked to them once? So the probability is really low, right? I've been doing this for a long time. Harry's been doing it a long time. Harry, I'm just going to ask you on the spot. Your numbers might be better than mine, and I know why they may be better because I know you do a lot of background research on them.
I
How
also
many
do a
times?
lot less deals than you do, so.
Yeah. Well, the difference is, I mean, the answer is yes to both. So the question is, how many times have people signed a contract the first time they met you? Like you literally the first
No
time.
one.
Yeah. Okay. No
No
one.
one.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. I thought you had a few. So I've probably had,
I've had them within a day or within a week, yeah, but not,
yeah,
not the minute I meet them.
I've had actually like one or two out of all the deals I've done that I like, and I always carry a contract with me, so I'm always ready. So I know you do too. Our advanced students always have contracts with them. And my point is, all you're doing on that first touch point is really get to talk to them again. Right. So I even say some of our students, right, that or even for a quick start, how many webinars did you need to go on? How many in-person events before you said, hey, Harry's a solid guy, and this is a solid guy on that end of it, right? So it's a trust factor. And again, it's their home. So you have to actually go out there and talk to them, right? Cold calling, right? So that's a little bit different. Is, especially got to be really careful these days because of the new laws on the cold calling. Again, all you're trying to do is book another appointment, right? Come look at the house. So again, we're looking for people that have motivation. What are some of the motivations, Harry? What are some things that people are motivated to sell? What can be some of them?
All right, death, relocation,
Divorce, health problems, right? Tax problems. All
moving
the above,
to
right?
assisted living facilities or
Yeah, insurance, right? We know what's happening here on insurance, maintenance, all the above, right? So again, we're looking for motivation, and and maybe they're behind on their taxes. So as you add more motivation, what happens is the list gets smaller. So some of you guys might say, oh my gosh, the list gets smaller. And my thing is that if you get to them, guess what? They should be more motivated, right? And then the other option is online lead generation. What I'm going to tell you with that could be pay-per-clicks like Google. It's just really expensive. SEO, really expensive. So we were spending at one point, I want to say close to $3,000 to $5,000 a month on Google AdWords, SEO. It just becomes pretty expensive. And it has to be consistent. So like, I just want to let you know that like, you can't just do it once. So how do we analyze deals quickly, right? So a lot of you guys were like me, right? Where you said, I don't know how to analyze deals quickly. So we use the 75% rule, right? On the offer price. So let's say it's listed. Your whole way you're going after properties as listed deals, right? So what's the 75% rule, right? So first of all, we want to know what the ARV, the after repair value. Harry, what's after repair value in common terms?
what houses are currently selling for.
Yep. Right. So exactly, right? After it's all fixed up, apples versus apples, right? So let me give you a quick example of a quick deal analysis, right? Let's say the house is worth $400,000 fixed up. After repair, again, you want to look at, and we show you how to do this during the quick start. We're going to look at a property. We're going to show you how to analyze it. We want to figure out the after repair value. apples versus apples, right? We don't want to over improve. I will admit my first rehab, I over improved. Rule number one, you're not living in the house. Do not over improve, right? So you're going to figure out what that value is. You're going to take times 0.75, 75%, and then you're going to figure out the repair cost. So when you do our 2-day quick start or when you're a student in our program, we'll actually give you what Carl Shealy, our contractor, uses as repairs. We've actually done some advance with AI where we've actually created a GPT and AI that actually acts like our contractor and puts those numbers in there. So for easy numbers, again, 400,000 times 0.75, let's say the repair cost is 50 grand, your offer price, your max is 250. Again, people always get stuck on that. If I offer Harry 250 and he says, there's no way I'm going less than 255, what are we going to do, Harry?
Offer him 255 and get it under contract.
Yeah, get it under contract, right? The great thing about this, if you do it correctly on the wholesale side, there's no risk. So for 250,
I'll teach you how to figure out the ARVs and the numbers and the repair costs, and so you feel comfortable where this quick calculation, you can drive by any house and you'll have a ballpark number.
Yep.
And you feel comfortable with.
I do see a question. If the seller agrees to $100, is it still possible? Also, can you negotiate the end buyer funds, the MD? Okay, so number one, the $100 is possible. We did have a student in the past, Paul Del Pozo, still cracks me up after the quick start, found a house, he had $100 in his pocket and he gave it to him. He didn't, so what I'm going to tell you was if he didn't do the deal, he was never getting his $100 back. You shouldn't really do that. And he knew it was such a good deal that he just wanted to lock it up. The challenge you're going to have is if I'm buying, I don't know, a house for 200,000 and I put $100 down, right, Harry? You're probably not going to take it seriously, especially I'm saying I'm a cash offer. So yes, it's possible and it's not probable, right? The second part of it is you cannot use the end buyer funds for the EMD or the closing. You will need transactional funding. So you have to do it. You have to put your own deposit down. And during the quick start, we're going to show you how to do the double closing best practices when we have Kevin on from Independence Title. He's actually going to talk about that. So it's really important that you get the mechanics out there, right? So again, this is our quick deal analysis just to get it under contract. Is it better to go to the house? Absolutely. Right? You want to get a better look at it. And what I'm going to tell you, there's going to be other investors out there that are going to make the offers blind and get it under contract, and either they're going to renegotiate price or they're going to walk away. So these are things that you're going to want to do in general. Put in the chat, how many guys are loving this? You're saying, hey, this isn't as hard as I got. Give me a yeah, buddy. I want to make sure that you guys are in this, right? So to lock up the deal, yeah, some of you guys, all right. Thanks, Roger, Vanessa, Bradley, yep. Right, so building rapport with sellers. So what do you do, Harry? Tell me some of the things that you do that works with sellers. And we say rapport is like you want to build a relationship with sellers. What are some best practices that you've done?
Well, I like to be different than other investors out there, so I know a little bit more about what's going on in their situation, so I can utilize that information to build a relationship better. This recent one was a wife of a decedent, and she now lives out of state. So it was something as simple as I can help, and we can ship you anything you want in that house. There's enough equity, I believe, in this property, so we can ship you whatever you want. She ended up deciding to come down, and on today's Tuesday. Yesterday, we were in the house, and she was able to pack her car up, whatever she wanted, and she was so greatly appreciative of us being able to help her and solve her problems.
Yeah.
that she was very comfortable.
Yeah. So the thing is, like, I mean, so Harry and Victoria get most of their deals from door knocking. They like the face to face in general, right? So it's building that relationship. For me, it could be certain things as silly as, like, I grew up in New Jersey. I remember going into a house and I was walking the house and I go into a room and he was a big Boston Red Sox fan. Like, he literally had a whole bedroom full of Red Sox stuff. And I joked about it. I use humor a lot. And I said, "Oh, I can't buy your house. You're a Red Sox fan." Right? It can be something simple as that. My wife is Colombian. I speak Spanish. So they think it's interesting that an Indian guy speaks Spanish, right? On that end of it. It could be, we've done deals where there were hoarders. They were so embarrassed about the house, what it looked like, and I had no judgments. We could close as fast or as slow. We've done things where we've actually paid for probate, right? So it makes a big difference. And it's all about, making the right offer and negotiating. So I've done a negotiating webinar in the past. As I talk about some of the past webinars, you can check these out on our YouTube channel. So sometimes negotiating is an art, right? So sometimes it's just saying, "Listen, Harry, I'm going to let you win," right? On that end of it. And what I mean by that is we decide on price, and then we might say, I don't know, I'm going to add in your closing cost. That might be the difference in them taking my offer versus another one. It might be, I'm going to take care of the liens and violations. You don't have to worry about that. I'm going to get in front of the magistrate. So again, it's the right negotiating points of what they need is what I'm trying to get to, right? Like, so it's not about closing fast all the time. I think I see that as a mistake because we assume that, hey, the homeowner wants to close fast. Well, if they've been living there for 25 or 30 years, sometimes they're panicked. Oh my God, you're going to close in 2 weeks. Now what am I going to do? Right? So when you also lock up the deal, you want to use the right contracts and verbiage that protects you. So we're going to show you what verbiage to put in your contract so you always have an out, right? And as a student, we take care of that for you because we're going to put the contracts in our name, in one of our company names, and we'll give you a joint venture agreement. And we're always going to make sure we have an exit strategy just in case the numbers don't work out, right? So fund the deal, right? So we also do subject to deals where you're taking over existing mortgages. We've done seller financing, right? No bank loans where the homeowner is the lender, right? There's a lot of tax advantages for them. We've done, lease options, right? Where you're actually controlling the property. You're locking in the price today, right? So like a lot of times it can backfire on you. What I mean by that is 2020, right? When the pandemic, it seems like a lifetime ago, 5 years ago, the pandemic happened and nobody was buying real estate, right? Everyone's panicking. Oh my gosh, what am I going to do? Well, let me do a lease option, right? Where they're locking in the price. I'm getting money. And guess what? I got an option fee from Harry for $10,000. It's non-refundable if he closes on it. In 2 years, that's great. If he doesn't, that's okay. I keep his 10,000. I'm still getting money every month. It's a good deal for me. And then what happened, right? Prices skyrocketed in our market. So for some of the people that I know that are investors, they locked in a price at 200,000. Now the house is worth 300,000. They did not want their buyer to take the option fee. So it can backfire to an extent. And it's also a way to make money too, in case, let's say they don't, I don't know, they don't close on it or do the option fee. So it's pretty fun once you learn these techniques. And then obviously, we could fund the deal by hard money, private funding, your own cash or my cash when you're a student, right? Those are all important. Right? So closing and get paid, right? Selling to cash buyers. How many of you guys have a cash buyers list? And what do I mean by, Harry, what's a cash buyers list? Let's just assume we have some newbies out here. So
No, it's a buyer's list where they will actually, there's no financing. They will actually pay in cash or hard money and can close the deal faster.
Yeah, so at BPM RIA, we have a cash buyers list of well over 10,000 people. All that means in real terms is that we can move fast, right? If the contract is a good price, the deal's a good price, we could literally move the property the same day. I can't tell you how many times that we've owned a property for like literally an hour or 2 hours, right? Or one day, right? Your strategy might be fix and flip, right? Some of you guys are talking about generation wealth, right? So the fix and flip, you guys want to be like the HGTV, fix the houses, make them look beautiful, and sell them. And/or, right, you want to actually build a portfolio. So you got to really figure out what your exit strategy is. Saying all that, if you're new to real estate and you're not using any of the creative financing techniques, you're still going to need money for your fix and flip. Generally speaking, if you're using hard money, right? Those are lenders that it's based on the property. You're going to need anywhere from 10 to 30% of your own money, plus closing costs and repairs, depending on your level of expertise, right? So in our market, I don't know, what's an average price? 400,000. All right, that's probably fair. On that, if you have no experience, you're going to need 20 or 30% down, right? So 80 to $120,000 down, plus closing costs. And then let's say whatever the amount of repairs are, $40,000 or $50,000, right? That you're going to need that. And you can only do one deal at a time. So if you don't have that money or don't have a partner, it's going to be a challenge. With our elite students, I take care of that and we'll rehab the house with you, right? Some of you guys want to build portfolios. Well, again, you're going to need money, right? So if you don't have much money or credit, there are DSCR loans out there, and you're going to still have to cash flow. So one of the things is that wholesaling is a quick way to build up some cash. And, again, you want to buy and hold, you keep the ones that you really like in that neighborhood and you wholesale the other ones out. The answer is to make money, right? And of course, that BPM RIA, as I mentioned, we have that massive cash buyers list. So how do we ensure a smooth closing, right? You got to have the right title company and due diligence. So at BPM RIA, we have your power team, right? Kevin Thatcher, Independence Title, Arlie at Concierge Title, our great title companies, Investor Friendly, Synergy Title, right? These are 3 title companies that we use that have our back. We've used all of them. You want to make sure you have the right title company, have control of the property, and they're going to help you out on their due diligence. And what I mean by that is liens, violations. They're going to have your back. So it's super important. And also, we also have probate attorneys. You want to make sure it's legal and compliant, right? You're using contracts. So there are people out there, right? I'm not going to use any names, that I know investors in our market where they are using the end buyer funds for their closing. You cannot do that. You need transactional funding. So you're saying, hey, what's transactional funding? It's money for the day. So our students, our quick start attendees, and I'll talk about that, those are some of our bonuses. How many guys realize that you need a team, right? Put it in the chat. Yeah, buddy, right? So at BPM RIA, when you come to the meetings, I know Alexa just threw it in there, our vendor partners. We literally have everything that you need, from insurance companies, title companies, contractors. You want to use your self-directed Roth IRA. We're going to show you how to raise capital for deals, whether it's Home Depot that you need, whether you're buy and hold, rent perfect. We literally have everything that you need for real estate, right? So that's why it's important to come to our in-person meetings. These are
business in a box.
Yep, absolutely. Right. So how many guys are seeing that this is not that hard? Right? Give me a yeah, buddy. Right? We're making it. These are the 5 steps, and it takes time, right? So I know for a fact that you could do this by yourself. You could. And what I'm going to tell you is you're gonna pay for it one way or another. You're going to pay with the time, pay with mistakes. You're going to pay with it a lot of other ways, right? You might break friendships, family, if you're using their money on that end of it. So our goal is to actually speed up this process. So what I'm going to show you some of our success stories So this is one of our deals with our student Julio. Harry, do you want to talk about this deal?
Julio found this driving for dollars, couldn't see the house from the road, had 7 abandoned cars in the front, overgrowth. The guy was actually living in that house. He was obviously a hoarder. No access to the bedrooms, bathrooms, kitchen for well over 3-4 years. Couldn't see the house from here. This is the backyard. The son wanted to sell the property, move his father into a better condition house where he lives, but he just needed time.
Yeah.
So they needed like 3 months and time to convince the father and show him that, there is a better opportunity. Had $380,000 in liens on it. We got it down to $3. There were $1,675 in hard costs from the city, which are non-negotiable, and we actually had our buyer pay for that. Julio netted, the deal netted $138,000. It was a $330,000 purchase.
Yeah. And so there's a couple of key points in there. First of all, it was empty. It was driving for dollars, right? There were liens and violations. So if you didn't have your own cash, right, the 300,000 plus in liens, back when I first started, I'd walk away from this deal. I had no idea how to negotiate, and I didn't have the money to close with those liens. And that's the difference when you're in our program. Your mentor is going to work with you on that. So same thing. This is Julio's other deal. We're starting to call him the Hoarder King. And what I mean by that is same thing. This was a probate. One of the things that we'll do is we'll pay for the probate when the deal makes sense. We started the probate and we were moving forward with it. And unfortunately, the heir passed away. So the second probate had to be done. We did the deal just the way it is. We just cleaned it up. Right? We took out all the stuff, and what we didn't realize, the floor was caving in. So we had to put some wood in there too, in that deal, right? Again, we wholesaled this deal. We bought the house all in for $107,000. The net profit, again, we're all about net profits, not revenue. $110,000. So if you're doing the math, our students get 50% of the deal, right? So if you're doing the math on the 2 deals, what's that? 68 and 55, right? So probably $123,000 net profit while Julio has a full-time job. This is one of Harry and Victoria's deals. You want to just quickly go into this deal?
Bank wanted more than it was worth. Reverse mortgage, kind of poor condition. I was able to talk to the heirs and convince them to let me do what I do and create the equity. This was also a double probate, where we had to pay for 2 different probates. And God bless the heart of our buyer. We netted $179,000. This is not HGTV numbers, by the way, guys. This is after closing costs, after expenses, after everything.
Costs. Yep. And so they bought it for $171, and now $179,000 net profit. How many of you guys love these kind of numbers, right? Put in the chat. I just want to make sure that if this doesn't excite you, I don't know what else I could do for you guys, right? So this one, another one of Harry's deal, Black Mold, right?
Unsafe structure, city tagged it unsafe structure, made the son move out.
Yeah.
His parents were deceased and not in the house. This is not psycho, but we were able to turn it into a $111,000 profit. Now these are wholesale deals. I don't touch these properties. We didn't clean it out. We didn't do anything. We found a buyer to take it as is. So I closed in the morning, used transactional funding, couple percent. It was well worth it because in the afternoon I got that out of it.
Yep, absolutely. And so now I know some of you what you're thinking, right? This all sounds great, but can I really do it? So that's exactly what one of our students thought, and this is what he had to say.
Hi, everybody. My name is Antonio Lopez. My company name is Antlop Investment Properties, And before I met Anish Dave and joined the BPM RIA mentoring, I had just a basic idea of what I needed to do in real estate investing. After I joined, aside from learning pretty much everything that was required to learn about real estate investing and to become successful, one of the biggest benefits that I received was the amazing network of people that were part of the club. Everything that you can think of, everything that you need in order to be successful in real estate investing, you can find it here at the BPM RIA. So thank you so much, BPM and Anish, for everything. I really appreciate it. I owe you guys a ton. And for you guys watching this, I highly encourage you to check out BPM RIA. It's the first place you need to, where you want to start your real estate investing journey. So. Hi, everybody. My name is.
So what I love about Antonio is he's taking it to the next level. He's got an acquisition team. He's doing subject to deals, and he loves short-term rentals, right? He built a skill set first of wholesaling and rehabbing, and now he's literally building out a team and traveling the world as his business is growing. So this deal, Harry, this is your deal. Also, what we love about this, you want to talk about this one?
This one was in the state. The guy passed away. We had to find an heir. The brother was the legal heir, hadn't spoken. They've been estranged for 35 years. All we did was clean this out. It had equity, so I made the guy a deal, and he netted like 30 some odd grand, and we didn't expect to make this kind of profit. But I bought this one because it was so low. I bought this one in my Roth IRA. And my Roth actually is the one that purchased this. And Anish found a buyer from his list that netted $145,000 tax free. So my Roth, my retirement account grew tremendously just on this deal alone. I think we paid $130 for that.
Yep. So on his $1,000, he netted $145,000. So when you're in our program, we're going to teach you A, how to make money, right? B, how to keep it in your pocket legally. And what I mean by that is buying stuff through your Roth, your self-directed.
He froze, and Ganesh froze. So this one here is a duplex, two duplexes.
He's back.
Owned by the same owner. And I used the same $1,000, bought it in my Roth as well. I think we ended up paying like three and a quarter for these. One was in pre-foreclosure, the other one was free and clear. The owner was just tired and ready to move on after 60 years. So he got $125,000. We paid off the bank, solved all the problems, and did a double close on this. And we were able to actually, this one I was going to keep in my Roth, and I was going to use it as a generational income. But 13 days later, someone made me an offer I couldn't refuse. You can see that there. So for that same $1,000, I turned that $1,000 into over $400,000 tax free.
Yep. And this is our record right now on the wholesale side. Some of the other deals, we don't just wholesale, we rehab also. So in our elite program, one of the things I do is I put up the money for the rehabs also. We staged it. You could take a look at it, right? It looks clean all the way through. We did this rehab very quickly. From beginning to end, right? It took 118 days. So the rehab actually only took 30 days. It was an FHA buyer. So FHA, you have to actually own the property for 90 days. So that's why it took 118 days, $67,000 net profit. So the student learned how to rehab and they made 50%. One of the things that when we looked at the numbers, we could have wholesaled it and made 10 grand. And as an elite student, you will work with your mentor and we'll go ahead and put up the money for the rehab. So let's shift gears for a second, because while the numbers are impressive, what we really do here at BPM RIA is change lives. So I love this story with Kevin. Let's see what he has to say.
My name is Kevin Tyree. My company name is, I work with BPM RIA. Before joining BPM RIA, my previous career, I worked at the Port of Miami for 23 years, and I also was a buy and hold investor. After joining BPM REIA, I've learned how to wholesale, short sales, work with probate properties, and things of that nature. Join BPM. Thanks, Anish.
Yeah, so Kevin had a full-time job, again, as a realtor. He owned a few properties and he wanted to learn how to wholesale just to build some cash. So his first deal netted almost $90,000. We actually even had to evict somebody, so that was a handful, but that's how it works here too, right? So another deal here, this is Latania's deal, and she's one of our elite students. What you can see is on the rehabs we're doing, we're not adding additions. Good bones on the property, right? So again, we did this rehab in less than 60 days, right? Our team with Carl Shealy, our contractor who you'll meet at the Quick Start, or you might have met him at the meetings. He's not going to let you make any mistakes. He knows I am tight with my money. Again, so we staged it.
Yeah, we're having a little technical difficulties, but this should come up. There we go.
Yep, sorry about that. I'm not sure what's going on here. So $167,000 in net profit. Our student made $80-something thousand on this deal, rehabbed it, and I put up all the money out there. How many of you guys feel you do one of these deals that's going to change your life? Put in the chat.
That was very important for us in Victoria and myself when we started. We had no risk, no exposure. You took all the risks. You put up all the money. We just had to follow what you said to do. Wasn't illegal or immoral. And we were fine with that as long as it wasn't. And we get paid at the end. It was a no-brainer decision for us.
I love this house in South Miami, or I'm sorry, North Miami. And again, this is one of our student deals with Violet that we talked about on the chat the other day. She used the bird dog, $170,000. Again, didn't fix the house whatsoever, right? These are some pretty life-changing numbers out there. This is one of Julio's deals also. We talked about rehabbing the house and we said, let's not rehab it. Let's clean it out a little bit.
Sometimes we make more money wholesaling a house than we do rehabbing it. So that's another thing we look at with exit strategies. So if you've been calculating Julio in 3 deals, his deals totals were over $375,000 just from driving for dollars.
Driving for dollars, full-time job, all the above, right? This is another house. Again, I would have walked away from this house years ago. I would have walked away from all Julio's houses actually. Because there was too much work. I didn't know what to do. I've been freaking out. And instead, now we're closing these deals, right? Same thing. This was a house that they thought would be a tear down. We actually bought this house for $150,000, wholesaled it, and made $235,000, guys. So these are real numbers out there. Same thing. This is 55 and over. Our student Sandra, black mold means money for us. So we said, hey, should we rehab it? And we didn't rehab it. We wholesaled it, 55 and over, $61,000 out there, right? So it gives you a good idea of what's really going out there. So I'm going to play a quick video of one of our Quick Start members and what she had to say.
Hi, my name's Nicole Bergatti. I'm with Bergatti Properties, and I'm currently a full-time employee of CBRE. I'm events and meeting coordinator. And prior to starting the 2-day Quick Start course, I've always wanted to do real estate. I've always been interested in flipping homes and all that good stuff. And I knew Anish, and I knew that this is what he did. And he's so smart and he knows real estate so well. And so I went ahead and just took the course, and I am so glad I did, because a couple months later, we ended up closing a deal that was worth $42,000. And that's great money. And now I have a few more deals in the pipeline, and I'm super excited about my investing future. And that wouldn't have been possible without Anish and his team. And I 100% recommend that you take this course, get started, do it.
Yep, and again, Nicole has a full-time job. Some of the things that we do at BPM RIA, right? We put up all the money for the deals, so you don't have to worry about your credit, right? Because I'm putting up the money. We have a profit sharing. We go 50-50 on the deals with you on the net profit. You're no longer going to have analysis paralysis, right? I know a lot of you guys are stuck in the middle. And then you have direct access to your mentors. So I did see on the poll, some of you guys are interested in booking a discovery call. We do have 2 programs, our core and elite program. We do have financing options also. So make sure you go ahead and book a discovery call when you get a chance. Ask me all the tough questions. We only take 6 students per month, right? So our quick start, what we're going to do is it's going to be a 2-day event. It's via Zoom, cameras on, guys. So you could do it right at home. And, the idea is we're going to show you the step-by-step of how to find deals. We're going to talk about double closings. We're going to talk about creative financing. We're going to talk about how we use AI, right? We're going to talk about how to analyze properties. So one of the things is, this is something that's really the easiest way I could say it is amazing, right? You want to get into real estate and you promise yourself, this is what we want you to do. And then, so what I do have, right, some special bonuses for people that take action, right, today. So I'm including a stack of exclusive high value bonuses worth over 80,000. So there's no fluff, right? I'm going to give you real resources with real value, real closers. So if you want to hear what you're getting, type let's go. Let's go. I want to hear the bonuses I'm willing to give you guys. I want to hear it, right? So bonus number 1, right? 2 tickets to Marshall Silver's Turning Point, the master hypnotist who changed my life and reprogrammed my thinking around money, sales, and success. The event alone has helped thousands of people, including myself, on the right way to talk to homeowners and really learning that I'm worth making money, right? The second thing that I'm willing to do, right? Bonus number 2, transactional funding for deals, right? It's $10,000. So you don't need any money to come out of pocket to close. We've lined up access to transactional funding so you could double close like a pro. Remember I said you have to have separate funds. So that's a $10,000 value. Our third bonus, right, is our co-wholesaling program, right? This is huge. We partner with you on the deals. We give you access to our buyers, or we're actually going to sell it to our buyers list. We're going to take care of the paperwork. We're going to get it from beginning to end to closing, and you get paid, right? So our value is about $40,000 on this because our average wholesale deal has been about $40,000, right? And then our last bonus is our experienced power team, right? So imagine plugging into a vetted experienced team. We're going to take care of it from the title company, the transactional funding, from contractor reports. We're going to take care of it all, right? So I'm going to throw all these bonuses in. The value is $80,990, right? So if this makes you happy on these bonuses, give me a yeah, buddy. Right? If you guys are happy to actually that I throw these money. Okay, some of you guys, yeah, okay. I like it. And okay, and listen, if you don't want the bonuses, just let me know. I don't have to give them to you, right? I'm kidding, guys. So look, I know what it feels like to be stuck on the sidelines. How many guys are always stuck on the sidelines? I'm not sure if I should do this. So I want you to be in the game, but you're not sure where to start, right? Or who to trust. So that's why the BPM Quick Start, I've done something different. I've given you a money back guarantee, right? It's truly a 2-day live hands-on experience, cameras on, and we want you to get ready to close your first real estate deal fast, right? Again, we're going to talk to how to analyze deals like a pro. We're going to make sure you have competitive offers. We're going to show you how to find motivated sellers and off-market properties, and how to plug into our funding, our partners, and our deal system. So again, if you're a BPM RIA member, right, it's $495. If you're not a member, it's only $695. Again, you're going to get 2 full days with me and our special speakers on that end of it. How many of you guys are still nervous, right? You're saying, I'm not sure. I've done other trainings out there. Put in the chat. You're saying, I'm not sure. Okay, right? So here's the deal. So if you show up day one, right, and by the end of the first day, you said, hey, it's not for me. You paid the $695. It's not what it sounds like. I'm willing to give you back 100% of the money. No games, no questions asked. Just let us know and we'll refund you the money. Right? So again, this is the moment you've been waiting for. You can either keep watching from the sidelines or you could say yes to yourself right now. If that guarantee just knocked you out, give me a yeah, buddy. Put in the chat. Okay, yeah, some of you guys. All right. So there's one lucky person out there that, guess what? They don't have to pay. They hung out on the webinar and they got a free ticket. And actually, if you've already done the webinar or the quick start, you could do one of two things. You could do it again if you like, or you could give it as a gift to somebody else. So I'm cool with either on that end of it. So who is our winner?
All right. Our raffle winner is, congratulations. And if you didn't win it this time, guys, you already know we're gonna have more opportunities. So keep coming back. And it's a fair, anyone can win it. So congratulations, Jermaine W.
All right, Jermaine.
Woo! We'll
Make
see
sure you
there.
get to our office and hit Alexa. We'll get you registered for the quick start out there. For the rest of you, again, take out your phone, scan the QR code, and sign up.
Yes,
It's
sir.
gonna,
Those bonuses.
change your life. It's
Oh.
coming soon. And we always talk about all the time is that the year's almost over, right? We're on our third quarter. So again, I want to thank you guys for joining myself, Harry, and Alexa on the event. I hope you guys learned something. Make sure you give us a 5-star Google review. And more importantly, join the quick start. And some of you guys actually, I also saw on the poll, you want to know more about the mentoring program. I know Alexa book a discovery call, ask us all the questions that you might have. And we only take 6 students per month. So we give you unlimited access to your mentors too. So Harry, Alexa, I want to thank you guys for your time, your energy, and I want to thank the rest of you guys for hanging out with us, and we'll see you soon at our next event.
See you soon, guys. Thanks for coming in. And don't forget, we'll have this replay posted within 24 hours or less for y'all. So go ahead and review the replay, share it with anybody who needs it, and make sure you get the boot camp quick start ticket today to get those bonuses. So we'll see you guys there, and I'll be here if you have any questions. Look out for an email from me. It's coming in about a couple minutes now. It's coming from Alexa, like the Amazon thing. Sorry if your devices are going off, at bpmria.com. So I'll be in touch with each and every one of you, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. And thank you guys for joining, and thank you, Harry and Anish. We'll
Thanks,
see you
guys. Bye.
Come down, check us out Wednesday, August 6th, in-person meeting.
See you then.
that. Bye.